Have you ever wondered how a single genetic mutation can drastically alter a person's life? Welcome to the world of sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia, a hereditary condition, is a tale of an errant gene leading to abnormal hemoglobin, the protein that carries oxygen in our red blood cells. As a result, these cells take on a sickle shape, causing an array of complications. Imagine a round, flexible red blood cell transformed into a rigid, sickle-shaped cell that can block blood vessels, causing immense pain, organ damage, and even strokes. Sickle cell anemia is not merely a blood disorder. It's a life-altering condition that affects individuals right from infancy, influencing their physical health, lifestyle, and even life expectancy. Patients often face recurrent episodes of pain, fatigue, and infections, hindering their ability to lead regular lives. But hope is not lost. Enter the world of stem cells and bone marrow transplants. Stem cells, with their regenerative abilities, are akin to a blank canvas. They can transform into various types of cells in our body, making them potentially powerful tools in the fight against sickle cell anemia. When we talk about stem cells as a treatment, we often refer to a specific type, hematopoietic stem cells. These cells, found in the bone marrow, are the origin of all blood cells. A successful bone marrow transplant can replace the patient's faulty stem cells with healthy ones, producing normal red blood cells and effectively curing sickle cell anemia. Of course, this is easier said than done. The journey towards developing effective stem cell therapies has been a long and arduous one, with numerous challenges along the way. But the potential benefits are staggering, offering a beacon of hope for those living with sickle cell anemia. This video explores the promising world of stem cells and bone marrow transplants in the fight against sickle cell anemia. From the quiet laboratories in the UK and Switzerland to the bustling clinics in NH, we delve into the groundbreaking research that is redefining our understanding and treatment of this debilitating condition. Stay tuned as we embark on this thrilling journey into the future of medicine. Let's unveil the mysteries of sickle cell anemia together. In the vast universe of cells, stem cells hold a unique place. What makes stem cells so special? Well, these are the master cells of our bodies. Unlike other cells which have a specific role, like heart cells that make our hearts beat or skin cells that form a protective layer, stem cells are unprogrammed and have the potential to become any type of cell in the body. But that's not all. Stem cells also possess the remarkable ability to self-renew, meaning they can divide and produce more of themselves. This ability to proliferate and differentiate into a diverse range of specialized cell types is what makes stem cells a cornerstone of regenerative medicine. It's like having a built-in repair system for the body, capable of replacing damaged or worn-out cells with fresh, healthy ones. Now, not all stem cells are created equal. There are several different types, each with their unique properties and potential applications. For instance, embryonic stem cells, derived from 3 to 5-day-old embryos, are pluripotent, meaning they can give rise to virtually any cell type in the body. However, their use in research and therapy is often subject to ethical considerations. On the other hand, adult stem cells, also called somatic stem cells, are more specialized. They're typically found in specific tissues like the brain, bone marrow, blood, and skin, and they can only give rise to cells of their resident tissue. Among adult stem cells, hematopoietic stem cells, or HSCs, deserve a special mention. These cells reside in the bone marrow and are responsible for producing all types of blood cells: red blood cells that carry oxygen, white blood cells that fight infections, and platelets that help in clotting. HSCs are particularly relevant to our discussion on sickle cell anemia. Why, you ask? Sickle cell anemia is a genetic disorder that affects the hemoglobin in red blood cells, causing these cells to take on a sickle or crescent shape. This abnormal shape prevents the cells from flowing smoothly through blood vessels, leading to blockages, reduced oxygen supply, and painful episodes known as sickle cell crises. The key to treating sickle cell anemia could lie in these very HSCs. If we can replace the patient's faulty HSCs with healthy ones, we can potentially cure the disease. This is the principle behind bone marrow transplant or stem cell transplant, an established procedure where a patient's diseased bone marrow is replaced with healthy marrow from a donor. But here's the catch. For a successful transplant, the donor's HSCs must be a close genetic match to the patient's. This is often challenging, as finding a suitable donor can be like finding a needle in a haystack. Moreover, the transplant procedure itself is not without risks. It involves high-dose chemotherapy to wipe out the patient's existing bone marrow, which can lead to serious side effects. And even after a successful transplant, there's a risk of graft versus host disease, where the donor cells attack the patient's body. Despite these challenges, the promise of stem cells in treating sickle cell anemia is too great to ignore. Researchers across the globe are working tirelessly to harness the power of these master cells. They're exploring ways to overcome the limitations of current therapies and making strides towards developing safer, more effective stem cell-based treatments. Understanding these cells is the first step towards unlocking their potential in treating sickle cell anemia. As we delve deeper into the world of stem cells, their unique properties, and how they can be manipulated for therapeutic purposes, we inch closer to a future where sickle cell anemia and other debilitating diseases can be effectively managed or even cured. The power of stem cells is immense, and we're just beginning to tap into it. While there are existing treatments for sickle cell anemia, they are not without their limitations. As we delve into the world of sickle cell anemia treatments, it's crucial to understand the current approaches and their inherent limitations. This will allow us to appreciate the potential of stem cell-based treatments as a promising alternative. Presently, the primary treatment for sickle cell anemia revolves around managing symptoms and preventing complications. This typically involves a mix of medications, blood transfusions, and lifestyle changes. Medications, such as hydroxyurea, are often administered to reduce the number of pain episodes and the need for blood transfusions. They work by encouraging the production of fetal hemoglobin, which can help block the formation of sickle cells. However, these drugs come with their own set of side effects, including, but not limited to, nausea, hair loss, and a heightened risk of infections. Additionally, regular blood transfusions are another common treatment approach. By increasing the number of normal red blood cells in circulation, blood transfusions can alleviate anemia and reduce the risk of stroke. Yet this method is not devoid of drawbacks. Frequent blood transfusions can lead to an overload of iron in the body, potentially harming vital organs. Another treatment option is the use of pain-relieving medications to manage crisis episodes. However, this is more of a reactive approach, addressing the symptoms rather than the root cause of the disease. At the more extreme end of the spectrum, we have bone marrow transplants, which is currently the only potential cure for sickle cell anemia. This procedure involves replacing the patient's bone marrow, the source of sickle cells, with healthy bone marrow from a donor. While this sounds promising, it's not without significant risks. The procedure carries the potential for serious, even life-threatening complications, including graft versus host disease and infections. Furthermore, finding a suitable donor can be difficult, particularly for patients of certain ethnic backgrounds. In light of these limitations, it's clear that while current treatments can help manage symptoms and improve quality of life, they fall short of providing a definitive cure for all patients. Moreover, the risks and side effects associated with these treatments can sometimes be as debilitating as the disease itself. This is where the potential of stem cell-based treatments comes into play. Stem cells, particularly hematopoietic stem cells, hold the promise of offering a cure for sickle cell anemia. By replacing the patient's diseased bone marrow with healthy stem cells that can produce normal red blood cells, stem cell transplants could potentially eliminate the disease altogether. However, as with all medical advancements, the path to implementing stem cell therapies is not without obstacles. Challenges include ensuring the safety and efficacy of these treatments, overcoming ethical concerns related to stem cell research, and making these therapies accessible and affordable for all patients. Despite these hurdles, the potential benefits of stem cell-based treatments are immense. They offer the tantalizing possibility of a world where sickle cell anemia can be effectively managed or even cured, improving the lives of millions of people worldwide. These challenges pave the way for the potential of stem cell-based treatments. The United Kingdom has been at the forefront of stem cell research for sickle cell anemia. Indeed, the UK is a pioneer in this domain, with numerous research studies and clinical trials contributing remarkably to our understanding and potential treatment of this disease. The journey of stem cell research in the UK is not only fascinating but also indicative of the progress we've made in medical science. One of the most notable studies in the UK, conducted at the University of Bristol, used induced pluripotent stem cells, or iPS cells. These are adult cells that have been genetically reprogrammed to an embryonic stem cell-like state. In this study, scientists transformed these iPS cells into red blood cells. The success of this study is a testament to the potential of stem cells in treating sickle cell anemia. In another groundbreaking study, researchers at the Francis Crick Institute used a gene editing tool known as CRISPR-Cas9 to correct the genetic mutation that causes sickle cell anemia. This was done on stem cells extracted from the bone marrow of patients suffering from the disease. The edited stem cells were then reintroduced into the patient's body. The results? An impressive reduction in symptoms, paving the way for further research and potential treatment options. But the UK's contribution to stem cell research for sickle cell anemia doesn't stop with academic research. Numerous clinical trials are also underway, pushing the boundaries of what we know and what we can achieve. One such clinical trial is taking place at King's College Hospital in London. The trial is exploring the potential of using a patient's own stem cells, which have been genetically modified to produce healthy red blood cells. Though still in its early stages, the trial has shown promising results, with patients experiencing fewer sickle cell crises and improved overall health. Another clinical trial at the University of Oxford is investigating the use of gene therapy in conjunction with stem cell treatment. The therapy involves inserting a functioning version of the faulty gene into the patient's stem cells. These corrected stem cells are then reintroduced into the patient's body. The aim is for these corrected cells to produce healthy red blood cells, thereby alleviating the symptoms of sickle cell anemia. Of course, the journey to finding a cure for sickle cell anemia using stem cells is not without its challenges. For instance, the process of gene editing is complex and requires a high level of precision. There's also the risk of unintended genetic changes, which could potentially lead to other health complications. Moreover, stem cell treatments often require a compatible donor, which can be difficult to find, especially for patients from ethnic minorities. This adds another layer of complexity to the treatment process. But despite these challenges, the progress made by UK researchers and clinicians in stem cell research for sickle cell anemia is undeniably impressive. Their relentless pursuit of knowledge and their determination to find a cure have not only expanded our understanding of the disease, but also brought us closer to a potential cure. In the grand scheme of things, these studies and clinical trials are not just about stem cells or sickle cell anemia. They're about the human will to overcome limitations, to push boundaries, and to continuously strive for better, more effective treatments. They're about hope, resilience, and determination. And they're about the promise of a future where sickle cell anemia can be effectively treated, if not completely eradicated. Each new finding, each successful trial, each small victory brings us one step closer to that future. And with the UK leading the charge, we can look forward to many more breakthroughs in stem cell research for sickle cell anemia. These findings underscore the potential of stem cell therapies in tackling sickle cell anemia. And they remind us of the power of scientific research, the importance of perseverance, and the remarkable potential of stem cells. They offer a beacon of hope for those affected by sickle cell anemia, and they inspire us to continue exploring, innovating, and pushing the boundaries of what we know and what we can achieve. Switzerland has also made significant strides in stem cell research. As we traverse the globe, we find ourselves in Switzerland, a country renowned for its precision, quality, and innovation, especially in the realm of medicine. This reputation extends to stem cell research, where Swiss scientists have been diligently working to unlock the potential of these cells in treating sickle cell anemia. Let's delve into the heart of Swiss stem cell research. A notable Swiss institution at the forefront of this research is the University Hospital of Geneva. Here, researchers have been focusing on hematopoietic stem cells, or HSCs, the very kind that can produce all other blood cells and hold the key to treating blood disorders like sickle cell anemia. The team at Geneva has been exploring gene therapy alongside stem cell transplantation. Their approach involves modifying the patient's own HSCs in the lab, to correct the genetic defect causing sickle cell anemia. These corrected cells are then reintroduced into the patient's body, where they can produce healthy, normal red blood cells. This approach is genuinely remarkable, as it combines the transformative power of gene therapy with the regenerative capabilities of stem cells. It holds the promise of a potential cure, not just a treatment. It's not about managing the symptoms anymore, it's about correcting the root cause. But what makes this even more exciting is the success they've had. The University Hospital of Geneva has reported promising outcomes from their clinical trials. Patients who underwent this procedure have shown significant improvements, with some even being free of the disease's symptoms. One of these patients is a young woman who, after undergoing the treatment, has been living a life free of sickle cell crises. She's been able to return to her normal life, finishing her studies, and even participating in sports, things that were unthinkable before the treatment. Another Swiss institution making waves in this field is the Swiss Institute for Experimental Cancer Research. They've been investigating the ways to improve the efficiency of stem cell transplants. One of their key focuses is reducing the risk of graft versus host disease, a severe complication that can occur after a stem cell or bone marrow transplant. Their research involves using a particular type of stem cells known as mesenchymal stem cells, or MSCs. These cells have immunomodulatory properties, meaning they can regulate the immune response. By co-transplanting these MSCs with HSCs, they aim to create a more harmonious environment within the recipient's body, reducing the risk of complications. The Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich has also been contributing to this field. They've developed a novel method of producing large quantities of HSCs in the lab. This could potentially solve one of the significant challenges in stem cell therapy: the shortage of suitable stem cells for transplantation. Their method involves mimicking the conditions of the bone marrow, the natural environment of HSCs, in a petri dish. By recreating these conditions, they've been able to cultivate HSCs in large numbers, a breakthrough that could pave the way for more accessible and more efficient stem cell therapies. Switzerland's contributions to stem cell research don't stop there. Swiss biotech companies like Novartis and Roche have been investing in stem cell research and therapy development, further propelling the advancements in this field. It's clear that Switzerland's commitment to innovation and precision is helping to drive the field of stem cell research forward. Their efforts, alongside those of other countries, are gradually turning the tide against sickle cell anemia. Yet, as with any scientific endeavor, challenges remain. There are still many unknowns about stem cells and their behavior. The methods of harvesting, cultivating, and transplanting these cells need refinement, and the ethics of stem cell research requires careful consideration. But despite these hurdles, the progress made in Switzerland offers a beacon of hope. The breakthroughs we've discussed today are not just scientific achievements, they're potential lifelines for those living with sickle cell anemia. Stem cell therapies, once the stuff of science fiction, are becoming a reality, thanks to the tireless efforts of researchers around the world. The journey is far from over, but with each passing day, we're getting closer to turning the promise of stem cell therapies into a reality for those affected by sickle cell anemia. These efforts have brought us one step closer to a viable solution for sickle cell anemia. In the United States, New Hampshire has made important contributions to stem cell research. A small state, but with a big impact, New Hampshire has been instrumental in advancing our understanding of sickle cell anemia and potential treatments. In the grand scheme of things, it's important to remember that research isn't confined to large laboratories or metropolitan hospitals. Often, the most groundbreaking work is done in places you'd least expect, and this is true for New Hampshire. Cutting-edge research is being conducted right here, contributing significantly to our global understanding of sickle cell anemia and potential stem cell therapies. One of the key areas of focus for New Hampshire researchers has been exploring the potential of hematopoietic stem cells. These blood-forming cells are found in bone marrow and have the ability to transform into every type of blood cell, including those affected by sickle cell anemia. Researchers in the state have made significant strides in understanding how these cells can be harnessed to improve the outcomes for sickle cell patients. A notable study from the Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center, for instance, has been investigating how to best use hematopoietic stem cells in bone marrow transplants for sickle cell patients. Their work has unveiled important insights, such as how to optimize the process of matching donors with recipients and how to minimize the risk of complications post-transplant. This research has not only helped patients within New Hampshire, but has also informed best practices in clinics and hospitals around the world. But the contributions of New Hampshire aren't limited to the clinical setting. Researchers in the state have also been instrumental in developing new techniques and technologies to study sickle cell anemia and stem cell therapies in the lab. For instance, scientists at the University of New Hampshire have been working on creating 3D models of bone marrow. This allows them to study the behavior of hematopoietic stem cells in an environment that closely mimics the human body. By better understanding how these cells behave and interact with their surroundings, researchers can design more effective treatments for sickle cell anemia. Moreover, the state's researchers are also collaborating with international teams, contributing their expertise and knowledge to global efforts against sickle cell anemia. These collaborations are a testament to the interconnected nature of scientific research and the shared goal of improving patient outcomes. New Hampshire is also home to several patient advocacy groups, which play a crucial role in supporting stem cell research. These organizations help raise awareness, fund research, and advocate for policies that support the development and accessibility of new treatments. Their work is a reminder of the human element that drives scientific research, the desire to alleviate suffering and improve quality of life. But despite these advancements, the work is far from over. There's still a lot we don't know about sickle cell anemia and the potential of stem cell therapies. Researchers in New Hampshire, just like their counterparts around the world, continue to push the boundaries of our knowledge, driven by a relentless curiosity and a deep commitment to improving patient outcomes. These endeavors highlight the collective efforts in the fight against sickle cell anemia. They serve as a reminder that every contribution, no matter how small, has the potential to make a big difference. And as we continue to learn more about sickle cell anemia and the potential of stem cell therapies, we can look forward to a future where this devastating disease is no longer a life sentence, but a condition that can be effectively managed. Behind every breakthrough are the stories of patients whose lives are transformed. Imagine living with a genetic disorder that turns your red blood cells into sickle shapes, causing pain, fatigue, and complications that can affect every organ in your body. This is the reality for those living with sickle cell anemia. But what if there was a way to rewrite this narrative? Enter stem cell therapies. Take the story of Anna, a bright young woman from London. She was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia when she was just 2 years old. The condition imposed a life of constant hospital visits, blood transfusions, and relentless pain. But then, Anna became part of a groundbreaking clinical trial in the UK. She underwent a stem cell transplant where healthy cells were infused into her body to replace the sickle-shaped ones. Today, Anna is living a life she never thought possible, free from the crippling effects of sickle cell anemia. Or consider the story of Paul, a middle-aged man from Geneva. Paul had lived with sickle cell anemia for over 40 years, enduring the debilitating pain and complications that come with the condition. However, after receiving a stem cell treatment at a clinic in Switzerland, Paul's life took a dramatic turn. The stem cell therapy allowed his body to produce healthy red blood cells, significantly reducing his symptoms. For the first time in decades, Paul was able to enjoy life without the constant shadow of sickle cell anemia. Then there's Lily, a young girl from New Hampshire. Lily was born with sickle cell anemia, and her parents faced the heartbreaking reality of their child living a life punctuated by pain and hospital visits. But thanks to advances in stem cell research in NH, Lily was able to undergo a bone marrow transplant using stem cells. Today, she is a vibrant, energetic child, enjoying her childhood as any other kid would. These are but a few of the countless stories of individuals whose lives have been transformed by stem cell therapies and bone marrow transplants. These treatments have given them a chance to lead normal lives, to dream, to plan, to live without the constant fear of pain or complications. But every story of transformation is also a story of hope. Hope for the millions of people around the world living with sickle cell anemia. Hope that one day stem cell therapies and bone marrow transplants will be accessible to all who need them, regardless of where they live or their financial situation. These stories also serve as a testament to the tireless efforts of researchers and clinicians across the globe who are dedicated to understanding sickle cell anemia and finding effective treatments. Their work is not just about cells, genes, and medical procedures. It's about people. It's about transforming lives. It's about giving hope. And let's not forget the families and caregivers of those living with sickle cell anemia. Their support and love play a crucial role in the journey towards a healthier life. They too are part of these stories of transformation, providing the emotional strength needed to navigate the challenging path of treatment and recovery. Indeed, these stories underscore the real-life impact of stem cell therapies. They remind us that behind every scientific breakthrough, there are faces and stories, there are lives waiting to be transformed, and there's hope waiting to be kindled. Despite the promising advancements, challenges remain in making stem cell therapies widely accessible. As we move forward in our understanding of stem cells and their potential in treating sickle cell anemia, we must also acknowledge the hurdles that still stand in our path. One of the major challenges is the technical complexity of stem cell-based treatments. Extracting, cultivating, and reintroducing stem cells, particularly hematopoietic stem cells, is a delicate and intricate process. It requires advanced facilities, skilled professionals, and significant resources, making it currently inaccessible to a large portion of the global population. Another challenge lies in the genetic matching process. For bone marrow transplants, it's crucial to find a donor who is a close genetic match to the patient. This can be a difficult task, especially for individuals of certain ethnic backgrounds who are underrepresented in global donor registries. Moreover, there's the issue of treatment risks. While stem cell therapies hold great promise, they also come with potential complications, such as graft versus host disease, where the transplanted cells attack the patient's body. Ensuring patient safety while maximizing therapeutic benefits is a delicate balance that researchers are still working to perfect. But let's not forget, every challenge comes with the opportunity for innovation. Ongoing research is seeking to overcome these hurdles and make stem cell therapies more safe, effective, and accessible. In the UK, Switzerland, and NH, scientists are exploring ways to improve the stem cell extraction and cultivation process, reduce treatment risks, and diversify donor registries. For instance, one promising area of research is the use of induced pluripotent stem cells, or iPSCs. These are adult cells that have been reprogrammed to behave like embryonic stem cells, which can then be differentiated into hematopoietic stem cells. This could potentially eliminate the need for a donor match and make stem cell therapies more widely available. Additionally, researchers are investigating methods to reduce the risk of graft versus host disease, such as conditioning regimens that use less intensive chemotherapy or radiation before the transplant. This could make the treatment safer and more tolerable for patients. As we look to the future, it's clear that we are only beginning to tap into the potential of stem cell therapies for sickle cell anemia. Despite the challenges that lie ahead, the progress made so far gives us reason for optimism. With continued research and innovation, we may well be on the cusp of a new era in sickle cell anemia treatment. The journey is far from over, but the future of sickle cell anemia treatment looks promising. We've traversed the complex landscape of sickle cell anemia and stem cell research. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? We've explored the unique properties of stem cells, their potential in treating diseases, and the significance of hematopoietic stem cells in battling sickle cell anemia. We've examined the current treatments for this debilitating condition, acknowledging their limitations and understanding why we need to look towards novel approaches like stem cell therapies. Research from the UK has played a pivotal role in this context, with several promising studies and clinical trials underway. Switzerland, too, has contributed significantly to the advancements in stem cell therapies. Their efforts have not only led to breakthroughs in the field, but have also given us heartening success stories and promising outcomes. Similarly, research in NH is making impressive strides, adding to the global understanding and potential treatment of sickle cell anemia. We've heard from patients who have experienced firsthand the transformative power of stem cell treatments and bone marrow transplants. Their stories are a testament to the potential of these therapies in improving the quality of life for those battling sickle cell anemia. Yet we must remain cognizant of the challenges that lie ahead. Implementing stem cell therapies on a larger scale is fraught with hurdles, but ongoing research and future developments are promising. We stand on the precipice of a new era in medical science, where diseases like sickle cell anemia could become a thing of the past. So as we wrap up, let's remember, every trial, every study, every step forward in this field takes us closer to that goal. The potential of stem cell therapies for sickle cell anemia is immense, and the importance of continuing research cannot be overstated. For our new viewers and those who have not subscribed, please subscribe, comment, and share. And stay tuned for more insights into the fascinating world of medical research. Remember, each discovery brings us one step closer to a cure.